Well, I'm diabetic.
Okay.
And I went for a heart attack, which I did not know that I had a heart attack at that moment. One day apart, I had a stroke. And when I woke up from that, I came from the hospital room and found from the doctors that I had a heart attack and stroke, really, really bad stroke that actually left me with a 16% of a heart. And then the stroke was, I didn't have any physical problems, but it just wiped my entire, basically like your computer, of a hard drive. So it deleted my drive in my mind. Before I had the heal, I wanted to go in through the hell and everything. And that was, I was facing the end of my rope at that point. So that's why I wanted to put in a gun and put it in my mouth, because I was very, very emotional that I wanted to check out. I wanted to kill myself because I hated myself. I hated myself because I am just a shell of a human being. It deleted my existence, everything.
Right.
So I was
Done.
I couldn't work. Psalm 22, and that was on a pastor that was in a church, and he was chanting Psalm 22 on Monday, Thursday. And when I heard that, my God, and the whole chapter of Psalm 22, it struck with me, and that's what I have to go write the script for this, the story, because that's what it's about.
One of the things that this film will do is it'll take you on a journey of a narrative, it takes you into the depth of the life of David and takes you into the depth of the life of Christ.
Yeah.
But then what happens is all along the way, you see their story, but then it brings it into your story. And I think that's, in other words, you have almost immediate application of that story that you're seeing into your own heart, into your own life. And we all know this. This is one thing that I've heard recently, and I've used it also when I speak, is there's no such thing as a hopeless situation, but there is a such thing as hopeless people.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that we endeavor to do, and what you and I do on a weekly basis, is to instill hope, because it's a fallacy to say there is no hope. But in reality, but people face situations all the time that they feel hopeless. And one of the things that this movie is going to do is help people to remember what has happened in the past and two important stories in history, and then to be able to bring that home into their own heart, into their own life.
Yeah, yeah. His testimony and his story is phenomenal. It's not just a story of hope, but it's also a story of healing. And there's emotional healing and a physical healing that took place in his life, which I'm sure you'll hear from him about as well, and his journey of how that took place. But it was through that tragedy that he started to write. Before you knew it, he actually had written a full-length movie. And so some of the producer friends that he has, that he works with on a regular basis, filming for Hollywood movies and broadcasting networks and all the things that they've done and worked on together, said, we think we could do this. Let's make this happen. And that's how the film Remember was born.
Well, you know, that's why it's so personal to me. When you have a story that Jonathan Sawyer has on this particular film, and wanting to help others through those times, the miracle, when you believe, is one thing, but when you know the healing power of God, it is totally different. A lot of people believe, and that's awesome. But when you really know and you've been through it, it's a totally different story. And it carries on and on and on. It doesn't end there. When I was healed twice, when God chose to heal me graciously from my vision, I went blind twice. That story has continued since 2006 when it happened. And it will continue. And this is the same thing. It gives that hope. It gives that confidence. It gives that peace that is going to carry on for a long time.
I
kind of grilled Jonathan Sawyer. I was like, well, what, there's a lot of Christian movies out there. What is going to be so unique about Remember? What's the, is it a production thing? What's the angle, Is it, part 2 or whatever? And there's so much competition out there. And I heard his honesty of everyone comes to the end of their rope. And everyone reaches that point where they question, does God care? And the resounding answer is, yes, he does. And I think through this movie, we're going to be able to capture the importance of God has a plan for that. He has a purpose. He has a solution for whatever you're going through. It could be something that's been buried for years, that we're going to be praying for this movie, this production, this project, that it's going to heal past wounds, that it's going to go forward and protect. It's for generations to come. Yes. But we can't do this alone. We need your help. We need your help financially. It takes money. It takes money. Let's just be honest with you. Because we're going to be world changers. Not just a great movie, not, the production was really sly, and this was really good, and that Jesus character, we're not sure about him, but yeah, whatever. But we really want it to be impactful for generations to come. So would you come on board with us and help us?